studying your last two. I swim med when they turned in. The staring down to mute. And can learn the pole that sunk he died.
When a business purchases equipment, machinery, computers, vehicles, or other long-term assets, it usually cannot deduct the full cost as a regular expense in the year of purchase. Instead, those assets are normally claimed over time using Capital Cost Allowance, or CCA, to encourage businesses to invest in new capital assets. The Canadian government has introduced special CCA incentive programs. The purpose of these programs is simple. By allowing businesses to claim larger tax deductions in the early years after purchasing eligible assets, the government encourages companies to invest in equipment that helps them grow, improve productivity, and expand their operations. Think about a business that wants to purchase a new delivery truck, manufacturing equipment, office computers, furniture, or heavy construction machinery. These purchases often require a significant investment. CCA incentive programs help reduce the tax burden associated with those investments by increasing the amount of capital cost allowance that may be available in the early years. Subject to the applicable tax rules, the overall process is straightforward. First, the government provides a CCA incentive program. Next, the business purchases an eligible capital asset. If the asset qualifies under the applicable rules, the business may receive a larger first-year tax deduction through the CCA system. A larger deduction reduces taxable income, and when taxable income is reduced, the corporation may pay less income tax. Those tax savings leave more cash available for the business to reinvest in future growth. It's important to understand that these programs are designed to encourage investment. Not every asset automatically qualifies for every incentive. The asset must satisfy the applicable eligibility requirements, and the deduction must be calculated correctly. This is where Schedule 8 becomes important. Schedule 8 is used to calculate capital cost allowance, including any applicable CCA incentive programs, when preparing the corporation's T2 income tax return. Throughout this chapter, you'll learn how these incentive programs work, when they may apply, and how they affect the calculation of capital cost allowance. The most important concept to remember is this: CCA incentive programs exist to encourage businesses to invest in eligible capital assets by allowing larger tax deductions in the early years of ownership, subject to the applicable tax rules. These incentives can reduce taxable income, lower corporate income tax, and improve cash flow for businesses that invest in qualifying assets. In the previous lesson, we learned why the Canadian government created CCA incentive programs. Now let's look at the two major incentive programs that businesses may encounter when preparing a corporate T2 return. The first program is the Accelerated Investment Incentive, often called the AII. The purpose of this incentive is to allow businesses to claim a larger capital cost allowance deduction in the first year that an eligible capital asset is acquired. Instead of spreading the tax deduction more evenly over many years, the Accelerated Investment Incentive allows a greater portion of the deduction to be claimed earlier, subject to the applicable tax rules. The second program is Immediate Expensing. As the name suggests, this incentive may allow eligible businesses to deduct the entire cost of certain qualifying capital assets in the year they are purchased, rather than claiming the deduction gradually over several years. However, it's important to remember that immediate expensing is subject to specific eligibility requirements and annual limits established by the Income Tax Act. Although these two incentive programs work differently, they share the same overall objective. Both programs were introduced to encourage businesses to invest in new capital assets by providing larger tax deductions sooner rather than later. When a business purchases an eligible asset, the process generally follows several steps. First, the business acquires a capital asset. Next, the tax preparer reviews whether the asset qualifies for one of the available CCA incentive programs. If the asset is eligible, the appropriate incentive is applied when calculating capital cost allowance on Schedule 8. The larger deduction reduces the corporation's taxable income, and because taxable income is lower, the corporation may also pay less income tax, improving cash flow that can be reinvested into the business. One common beginner mistake is assuming that every business asset automatically qualifies for every CCA incentive program. That is not the case. Each incentive has its own eligibility requirements, and not every capital asset will qualify. Before claiming any deduction, the tax preparer must verify the asset's eligibility and determine which rules apply. The important point to remember is that both the accelerated investment incentive and immediate expensing are calculated through Schedule 8 as part of the corporation's capital cost allowance calculation. The key takeaway from this lesson is simple. The accelerated investment incentive and immediate expensing are two major CCA incentive programs designed to encourage business investment by allowing larger tax deductions sooner. Before claiming either incentive, always verify that the asset qualifies, review the applicable rules, and calculate the deduction correctly on Schedule 8. Before claiming any capital cost allowance incentive, tax preparers follow a careful review process. The objective is to ensure that every asset is classified correctly, all eligibility requirements have been met, and the deduction is calculated accurately before completing the corporation's T2 return. The process begins when the corporation purchases a capital asset. This could be machinery, equipment, a vehicle, computer hardware, office furniture, or another long-term business asset. The first review question is simple. Is this actually a capital asset? Only capital property is included in the capital cost allowance system. Ordinary operating expenses are treated differently. Once the asset has been identified as capital property, the next step is to determine the correct CCA class. Every capital asset belongs to a specific CCA class, and that classification determines how the deduction is calculated. Selecting the wrong class can result in an incorrect capital cost allowance claim. After identifying the correct class, the tax preparer reviews whether the asset qualifies for any available CCA incentive programs. For example, does the asset qualify for the accelerated investment incentive? Could it qualify for immediate expensing? Or does it simply follow the regular capital cost allowance rules? Only after confirming eligibility should the incentive be selected. Next comes the calculation. Using the applicable CCA rules, the allowable deduction is calculated and entered on Schedule 8. Once Schedule 8 has been completed, the corporation's fixed asset records should also be updated. Maintaining accurate asset records helps ensure that future capital cost allowance calculations remain correct as assets continue to be depreciated over time. As you perform this review, ask yourself several important questions. Is the asset capital property? Which CCA class applies? Is the asset eligible for one of the available CCA incentive programs? When was the asset purchased? Do you have all supporting documentation, such as purchase invoices and asset records? And finally, has Schedule 8 been completed accurately? To answer these questions, tax preparers usually review several supporting documents, including purchase invoices, the fixed asset register, financial statements, Schedule 8, the general ledger, tax working papers, and the corporation's T2 return. Developing this review process helps prevent errors before the return is filed. The most common mistakes usually occur because an asset is placed in the wrong CCA class, an incentive is claimed without verifying eligibility, or supporting documentation is incomplete. The simple rule to remember is this: before claiming any CCA incentive, confirm that the asset is eligible, determine the correct CCA class, review the applicable incentive rules, calculate the allowable deduction carefully, complete Schedule 8 accurately, and maintain complete supporting documentation. Following these steps helps ensure that capital cost allowance is calculated correctly. The corporation receives every deduction it is entitled to claim, and Schedule 8 provides an accurate record for future taxation years.